Hello everybody and welcome to the Av News Hour. Actually, this is breaking news, so let's go to the breaking news. So, breaking news today, we have a flight here by JetBlue. It is their last E190 flight, and it's going to be the last scheduled Embraer E190 flight in the US. So that is happening right here, right now on Flight Radar, bringing you live coverage tonight. So this is from New York, JFK Airport, over to Boston. We got 15 minutes of flight time remaining. Welcome everyone to the stream. Hope you're all having a good night or whatever time zone you're in. So this is number one flight on Flight Radar right now. 6,200 people tracking it. And as you can see, this will be the last JetBlue Embraer E190 flight. So pretty big news there. This is operated by a 14-year-old aircraft. Registration November 329 Juliet Bravo. Thank you for the Heart Me gift there as well. Appreciate that. So yeah, pretty big news here. We're just going to be tracking this flight until it comes into land. Probably make this a video on TikTok soon as well. But yeah, that is the breaking news this evening. Thank you for the gifts on the TikTok there. I do appreciate it. So yeah, guys, what are your thoughts on this? What do you think? The last JetBlue Embraer E190 flight coming in right now. I'll show you where I got this news from. It was on Flight Radar 24. Here we go. There it is. So they said Flight 190 by JetBlue operating its final Embraer E190 flight and the last regularly scheduled E190 flight by a US airline. That was posted on Flight Radar's X account not long ago. But yeah, here it is right now, just about to be flying over Providence City over in the US. Alps Aviation, thank you for the Heart Me gift as well. Thank you for the follows. Sad. Yeah, I guess it is pretty sad to see the Embraer E190 go in for JetBlue. Definitely end of an era, I'd say, for the airline. But I guess it also means, you know, they're bringing in these the new aircraft into their fleet, sort of replacing the older aircraft they've got. Rhode Island Airport just there. Okay, saying 16 minutes. Yeah, so Boston here, this is where it's going. Up here. Boston Logan International. Thank you for the follows, appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, if you have just joined the stream, the current breaking news we have today is that JetBlue is currently operating their final Embraer E190 flight, and it's going to be the final regularly scheduled E190 flight in the US. So yeah, pretty big news. I'm just going to open up another tab here just so I can keep track of anything else happening as we go along with the stream. That's something I need to do more often. Alright, so bear with me. There we go. Alright, make sure you do hit that like and subscribe button if you're on the YouTube. If you're on the TikTok, make sure hit that follow button and also tap that screen. Let's try and get some more likes in here so we can get more people, get this pushed out to more people. But yeah, look at this. So it's kind of dropping with the tracks. It's at 5,980 right now. But yeah, I'll keep that off. Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's looking good. So we will be able to see, as you can see, it has started dropping in altitude. It's at 12,700 feet right now. And we're going to be tracking it as it comes into land into Boston. After this, I'll give you guys the other news we have today. I was supposed to be going live at 7 PM, but this came up, so I was like, we'll go live straight away. So if you saw my post saying I'm going live at 7, that has changed due to this breaking news that I didn't know nothing about until Flight Radar posted up. So that's good, as you can see there. What are people saying? Gonna miss that plane. 2 and 2 seating, very comfortable. I can imagine that. Let's get a look at the JetBlue. Oh, that was bad spelling. JetBlue E190 cabin. I want to see what it looked like. Yeah, this is like. I've always wanted to fly on a plane like this. Actually, I have flown on one like this. It was the Bangkok Airways ATR 72-600, but the seating wasn't as good as these. Like, these are like leather seats that look really good. Yeah, look at that. That looks comfy. So yeah, pretty sad to see this plane going. I do think the E190 is a really good aircraft. We were talking just the other day about the new E2 jets and how I really like them. Like, I prefer them over, say, like the ATR jets, most of them. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. Of course, of course. Any news? There is some more news to get into. We're going to wait until this plane lands. This is the breaking news story we're covering right now. Oh yeah, I also said, yeah, I prefer the E2 jets over the A220 as well. But I do like the A220. I think I said earlier, Air Baltic, really good operator of the A220. Thank you for the follows, though. I do appreciate it, guys. Everyone hitting that follow button. If you've just joined the stream, I can see we've got some new people coming in. We are currently tracking the last ever JetBlue Embraer E190 flight, and it's going to be the last regularly scheduled E190 flight in the US. So pretty big story here, and it is just under 10 minutes away from coming into land. It's going over from New York's JFK Airport, going over to Boston Logan International Airport, as you can see here. And this is the path it has taken. It's just over half an hour of flight time there, so pretty short flight. But yeah, as you can see, this is operated by a 14-year-old E190. Registration is November 329 Juliet Bravo. If you do want to track this flight along with me on Flight Radar, you can just head on over to the app or the website, and it is the #1 track flight, so you can easily click it from there, and boom, takes you right there. If you're wondering why I can't see any other planes on the radar, it's just because I've got a filter on that blocks everything else out, just so we can see. Because if I go this, it's just like a lot of planes on the screen. But if we do that, it's easier to see the one that we're focusing on here. And that's the beauty of the filter feature of Flight Radar. Rest in peace, JetBlue E190. Yes, everyone, RIP in the chat for the JetBlue E190. Sad to see it go, but exciting times for JetBlue as they are filtering out of their older fleet with this departure of the E190 from their fleet. Welcome to the stream. We've got some new people in here, so I hope you're all doing well. If you like content like this, make sure you do hit that follow or subscribe button. And yeah, if you're on TikTok, keep tapping that screen. We're nearly at 5k likes on this stream. And if you're on YouTube, actually the like count's doing good on YouTube, so keep it going. Thank you to everyone hitting that like button. And then yeah, of course, after this plane lands, we will be giving you some other news today from the world of aviation. But yeah, this is today's breaking news. JetBlue getting rid of their E190s with this final flight. Thank you to Flight Radar for telling me about this, because I had no idea. But I will be making a video out of this soon. But as it gets onto its like final approach, I'm going to record a TikTok slash YouTube short, just so I can post that as well. Thank you for the follows and the I think we got a new subscriber. Thank you for hitting that sub. The YouTube's growing quite well. Hyped for the new, is that Lufthansa 777? LH 777. You're at Boston Logan Airport just to watch this. That is actually so I'm guessing you're local. You're going there to like plane spot it coming into land. That's actually a good idea. Yeah, if I live local to Boston, I'd be like talking about this flight. It's sort of like whenever there's a special flight coming into London, I'm always telling everyone about it. So I'm sure if I lived in Boston, I'd know about this. But yeah, sometimes information doesn't make its way across the pond, I guess you could say. But yeah, I don't know how I didn't know about this, because it is like really big news. Of course, I will be traveling to the US in just over a week's time. So I will be looking forward to seeing JetBlue. I like their livery. Don't know if I'm going to be doing any plane spotting though. I hope so, but we'll see. I will be making a vlog of my trip over there, so look out for that. Thank you for the follows, do appreciate it. If you have just joined the stream, thank you for 5k likes as well. We are currently tracking the last ever JetBlue Embraer E190 flight. And that is happening right now. You can see it right here, coming into Boston. It's going to be landing in 4 minutes, it says, 4 minutes. As a thank you for the rose, appreciate it, thank you very much. Yeah, I didn't see that, that's fine. Alright, perfect. So what runway is this going to be landing on, do we think? One of these ones? I don't know. Looks like, yeah, probably. Why already? What do you mean by that? Love the models, eh? Thank you very much. Do appreciate it. And REF James, good to see you again today in the stream. That is looking good. All right. I'm just making sure I've got all my other stuff that I wanted to talk about once this lands. I'm not very prepared for the other stuff, but we'll go with the flow. That's all I'll say. But yeah, because I was planning the stream to start at 7 PM, but doesn't really matter. That is all good. I've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes till it lands. I'm just thinking of what to say when I. All right, I've got a good idea. Let's see. I'm just making a little. Why didn't Flight Radar 24 notify me? I don't know. It notified me. That's how I know about it. Also, why is the plane like not centered? There we go. It looks like it's landing here. What shall I say to like open my TikTok video? The final JetBlue Embraer E190 flight is happening right now. After this plane lands, JetBlue will not be operating the E1. I'm just writing a little script. I don't know if I should even make a script. I should just talk. That goes better with like live streaming. Yeah, I don't know why your flight radar didn't notify you. We're gonna scrap the script. And we're just gonna do it. All right. Still says 3 minutes away. We've got 5,200 people tracking this flight from JFK to Boston. Thank you for the follows and the new subscribers. At least I'm here for the final JetBlue E190 landing. Yeah, it's a big event. This reminds me of the last, yeah, it's 2,000 feet away. The last time like something like this I did on live stream was the Czech Airlines like final flight. This is just like, this literally reminds me of that. Okay. 2,000 feet away, yep, 2,000 feet it is up. Yeah, it's just approaching the runway now. So very close, 2 minutes away it says. All right, I'm gonna record and then I'm just gonna speak and we'll see what happens. Okay. Yeah, okay. We got 20 people on the YouTube, 96 people on the TikTok. Okay. Literally about to land in 1 minute. Hello everybody, the final JetBlue E190 flight is happening right now. We are live on the Avenues Hour, tracking this flight. This is going to be the last ever JetBlue Embraer E190 flight, and that also means it's going to be the last ever regularly scheduled E190 flight in the US. So we're live on TikTok and YouTube right now with the Avenues Hour. This is breaking news. Flight Radar just put out a tweet saying JetBlue is operating its final E190 flight. So we do thank them for saying that, because I had no idea this was happening. But yeah, it's literally 2 minutes away from landing into Boston Logan Airport. It's come from New York's JFK Airport. So we're going to be watching this plane land, tracking it on Flight Radar. All right, if you are in the stream, that was just my like TikTok video, what I'm saying in that. So you'll see this video upload on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. But yeah, here we go. It's just passing through 500 feet now. Well, 600 feet even. Yeah, it's just passing through 600 feet. And as you can see, lined up on the runway here. And that is it's JetBlue Flight 190. This is a 14-year-old Embraer E190. And the registration of this aircraft is November 329 Juliet Bravo. And here we go. The final JetBlue Embraer E190 flight is coming into land now. I've just noticed the flight number 190. That's pretty cool. I don't know why I didn't notice that. Yeah, so the flight number of this flight is 190, of course, as I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but you know what I mean. So yeah, the flight number, JetBlue 190, Embraer E190. But here we go. Enough with the waffle. This plane is coming into land, into Boston, and it's the final goodbye to the Embraer E190 for JetBlue. And just about to touch down now. Thank you for the roses, appreciate it. Thank you, Liam. And I think it's fair to say that that is it. The Embraer E190 has landed. So the final JetBlue E190 flight has been concluded. And thank you to everyone who joined me today live tracking this flight. If you don't know, if you're watching this on the video, should I say, yeah, if you're watching this on the video I'm uploading, we go live every day on the Avenues Hour. Could be any time. So for now, this was the breaking news story, so I went live straight away to cover this. You can catch me on TikTok and YouTube. So make sure you hit that follow or subscribe button, depending on where you're watching this. But yeah, that's it. The final JetBlue Embraer E190 flight has landed, and I do appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Alright guys, I'm still sticking with the stream. That was just for my video. You know I've got to make a video on this. But yeah, there we go. It has landed. So that was it. It was this aircraft right here. I do appreciate everyone who was in the stream for this. We can get on to some other news now. We'll keep this on here. We'll just go to the main scene instead. Alright, so we're back with the main scene. Ragnar, thank you for the roses as well. Appreciate the follows. So some other news to get into today would be the incident happening in Nepal. Right, so Nepal today, a lot of things have been going on. There's lots of protests. But the protests have actually forced an airport to close. I'm pretty sure the flights are still suspended. But protesters outside Tribhuvan Airport in Nepal, you know, they're setting fire to things and stuff. This is over something to do with the government, obviously. Yesterday there was a social media ban in Nepal. And then loads of people started protesting, and actually, sadly, 19 people died in the protests yesterday. So that was very sad to see, but it did make the government lift the ban on social media. So that is no longer a thing, but now they're still protesting because of the government and things like corruption. The Prime Minister has resigned, but yeah, plenty of flights in Nepal have been suspended, many flights diverted or cancelled. I remember specifically seeing Flight Radar post something about all the flights circling around in holding patterns. Yeah, here it is. Just to quickly show you guys this. So as you can see, 6 flights here, 2 Indigo flights, Biman Bangladesh Airlines, Thai, Lion Air, an AirAsia, and an Air India flight all had to stay in holding patterns for what looked like probably over 45 minutes. And you can see here the Indigo flight started to go away and probably went to whatever airport it diverted to. I can't remember. I will be able to find it though. But will I be able to pronounce it is the main question. You like the aviation background? Appreciate it. Thank you very much. So that did happen in Nepal today. Also, I've just realised I'm still recording, so I'll end that. Okay. Yeah, I did hear about the WestJet gear collapse. If you look on my previous live streams, I went live when it happened. And thank you for the likes on the TikTok. We're nearly at 10k. So the 2 Indigo flights, they diverted to... Where was it? Lucknow Airport. That was the one. Okay, so there's your news coming out of Nepal. The next news I wanted to report was on here. Yes, this is quite good news. So Etihad Airways, if you're a fan of Etihad Airways, you'll be glad to know that they have reported their strongest half-year performance to date. They have recorded an unprecedented profit of 1.1 billion, I think dirhams. AED, that's dirhams, right? AED currency. I need to make sure I'm right. Yeah, United Arab Emirates dirham. So 1.1 billion dirhams in half of a year, and that is their newest, well, strongest half-year performance to date. So pretty good news coming out of Etihad Airways today. Eddie, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follows as well on the TikTok. We also have some news coming out of Sweden, and that is that Sweden's aviation sector thrived with nearly 3.3 million passengers travelling through 10 airports in Sweden owned by Swedavia, if I'm saying that right, marking a 5% yearly increase. So good news coming out of Sweden. And then another thing to report, starting in February 2026, Qantas Link, so that is obviously the Australian regional airline, they are enhancing its Sunshine Coast routes by introducing the Airbus A220 aircraft on flights to Sydney and Melbourne. So if you're interested in aviation in and around Australia, some good news to report there. A220s will be coming to Sydney and Melbourne. Was there anything else? There was a few flight emergencies I wanted to report on. There's a few flight emergencies. Of course, we did have breaking news earlier that Israeli Air Force conducted an airstrike in Doha, Qatar. But I tend to stay away from military stuff, but that is some big news we can just talk about there. I wanted to go over some of the flight emergencies that happened today. So today, September 9th, a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, which departed from Frankfurt, Germany, diverted to Keflavik, and that was United Airlines flight 181. The Boeing 787-9 with the registration November 29961 was cruising at 38,000 feet over the Atlantic when the crew decided to change their flight course for a reason that's still unknown. Cremo, thank you for the 4 roses. And it did land safely on runway 28 at Keflavik Airport in Iceland. And it parked on a remote stand at the airport, apparently. The airline is confirming the diversion due to an urgent customer situation. There we go. So it is actually, where it said the reason is still unknown, it is now known. It says that they estimate a delay of over 1 hour on arrival into Denver. Blue Sulo, thank you for... sorry, hello. I was going to say. Darksea, thank you for the hourglass gift. Do appreciate that. And that looks like that's the end of the coverage for the JetBlue flight. So goodbye to the JetBlue E190. That is pretty sad to see it go, I will say that. We'll continue with the flight emergency. It's finally landed and parked, yes. Where did my flight emergencies go? For some reason they're gone. Alright, so yeah, that's the United Airlines flight. There was another one. Today, September 9th, a KLM flight KL1511 to Barcelona just returned to Amsterdam Schiphol Airport after a U-turn over Belgium. It says that a KLM flight bound for Barcelona was forced to return to Amsterdam Schiphol shortly after departure. So, okay, this was posted on September 9th, but it actually happened on September 3rd. But we'll still cover it, but a bit of, how do you say? Yeah, they didn't make that clear. So it says KL1511 had taken off for its scheduled service, and then to Spain when the crew decided to turn back and land at Schiphol. The aircraft landed safely. Emergency services were placed on standby as a precaution. And it was a Boeing 737-800, registration Papa Hotel Hotel Sierra Delta. Landed back into Amsterdam on runway 18 Center. And of course, the reason has not yet been known, which seems like that's always happening now. Let's see if this happened today. Oh, this happened yesterday. Okay. I actually tracked this flight because it happened quite near to me. And that was... Actually, if I get this up on here, you guys can see it as well. You guys can see what I'm getting. So this was Delta Flight 161 to Minneapolis. And it declared an emergency after departure from Amsterdam. So I remember when this happened, I was sort of over here. And then I got this notification that this Delta flight had an emergency. I was like, oh, that's decently close to me. That's probably the closest emergency that's happened to me in a while. Actually, no, a lot of stuff does happen at Heathrow, but I mean, yeah, well, yeah. And it was an Airbus A350 that did pique my interest as well. Took off from runway 24, and it was the A350 registration November 521 Delta November. Departed from gate E20 over the North Sea when they turn around. As you can see, look at that complete U-turn back to Schiphol Airport. Touchdown on runway 18 center there. The airline not yet confirmed its diversion. Okay, but yeah, they're the main flight emergencies we had. Alfie, welcome to the stream. Dude, there was something else that I wanted to talk about. I need to find it now. Oh yeah, this is it's just a video that I wanted to show you guys. So there was okay, yeah, let's show you guys this video. This was, I hope you guys can hear that. You can't hear that, but it's fine. You don't need to hear the audio. So this cargo 747-200. It struggled taking off. Like, look how long the nose is up, and it's just not gaining any altitude. Look how heavy that thing is. It's crazy. So yeah, this 747 was pretty struggling to gain some altitude when it was taking off from, where was it? Caracas Airport. Maybe I should have made a video on that because that is interesting. Yeah, definitely struggled. So. Very heavy. Honestly, that is about it for today's stream. We've been live for half an hour here. Yeah, as I said, some days, you know, I could be live for much longer, but it just depends on what's happening. If it's like a busy day or not. But yeah, I do thank you guys for joining me on today's stream. We had a bit of quite actually, I don't know how to say it, but yeah, it was a rare occasion, I guess. The end of the fleet of the E190s for JetBlue. You don't see that happen too often, like the final flight. But yeah, it does happen, and it will keep on happening. But who knows when the next one will be? I don't know if there's any more information that I've missed on like another one happening. But yeah, it seems like I need to get some more sources in the US so I can be more prepared for these things. But anyway, I do thank you for joining. Thank you if you were here earlier when we were tracking the plane, or if you just listened to the news we were given earlier. We got 11.8k likes on the TikTok, so thank you very much for everyone tapping that screen over there. On the YouTube, we do. I can't see how many likes we've got, but I'm sure it's fine. So thank you to everyone who hit that like button. If you're new, hit that follow button or hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you in either my next video or my next live stream, whichever one you see next. We should be live tomorrow. It's Wednesday tomorrow. I can't tell you a specific time, but it'll be somewhere between 6 and 8 p.m. So look out for that. Look out for that live stream. So yeah, thank you guys. We've got people saying bye. Goodbye to everyone in the chat. Hope you're all doing well, and hope you have a rest of your evening or day.